Now.
Okay. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to JoeDaBest Wrestling TV, and of course, it is prediction time for Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which is happening, of course, tonight. If you're in America, and if you're outside, like me with the UK peeps, it's happening tomorrow. Shout out to Wrestling Gap in the building right here. We got Wrestling Gap up here. Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
hello.
and you are watching Wrestling Gab over here, so
Yes, Wrestling
whatever channel
Gab.
you're on, either on JoeDaBest or Wrestling Gab, it is time for predictions.
Yeah.
Yes, prediction time for Money in the Bank pay-per-view. All right. Well, should we get right into it, guys?
Yes.
Okay. You ready, Joe?
Let's go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're with Wrestling Gab and JoeDaBest Wrestling TV this afternoon in
Really?
the Americas and the evening for Kenya and other people over there on the other side of the world. All right, tonight we are going to be talking about Money in the Bank predictions. Woo! Okay,
Yeah.
so for the kickoff match, what do we got going on? We have got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, everybody. This is going to be the Mysterios, who are your champions right now, versus dun 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 the Usos. All right, Joe. Over to your side. Who do you think is going to come out the winner of this match on this kickoff show? Being on the kickoff show, I have a wonder if they're like, we don't really care who wins this, right? But what's your thoughts?
First of all, Travis, what did you give her today? Did you give her some bit of riddle?
She needs some riddle out.
I had my riddle in.
Anyway,
Now I
man.
need the riddle out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with because like you said, it's a kickoff show for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and Usos. I don't see the Usos getting it, even though there's that hype for the Usos winning the tag team titles. I'm still seeing the Mysterios retaining, because maybe if they wanted the Usos to win, they will make it in a big show, in a big pay-per-view like SummerSlam next month, definitely. So the Mysterios are going to retain. That's my pick.
Yes.
All right.
I'm also going to agree with that one. I just don't see the Usos winning this, even though it would look good in that stable at the head of the table, all the titles. It'd make Big Cousin proud. But I don't know if they're doing that with the storyline right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I am actually going to agree with that too. I really am going to go with the Mysterios to retain it. And the reason why is because, like I said when I first introduced it, it's a kickoff match. They don't really give a flying fuck about kickoff matches. And most of the time during kickoff matches, I would not be surprised if they throw the 24/7 crap throughout that or something too. just to like, it's a big joke. If it was really something that meant something for the Usos at that point, for that stable, it would definitely be like what Joe said. It'd be a main type of event, maybe not the main event, but a co-main event or something on a pay-per-view that's more like what it's about, like SummerSlam, where Money in the Bank isn't really about those kind of things. Money in the Bank is about the main titles, and then the briefcase winners to who could, challenge for those titles. So yeah, so I'm going to definitely go with the Mysterios also on that. Who do you got over in your chat today there, Joe, and what are they talking about?
Yes, we got a couple of people in the building. We got Kevin Barra, shout out to my time, Sophia Dofi, Christopher Hernandez. Thank you. That's my first member, by the way, in the channel. Shout out to you, Christopher Hernandez. Thank you for the support.
Good job, Christoph.
We got Kazi Ahmed Goni. We got, let me see. Where did I start? There's too much comments were coming in through. JT Aked, shout out to my time. Jonelle Jackson, Brandon Johnson. I'm just trying to get to the the prediction that they're saying. Hunter Tracy, shout out to my time. Gregor John. Okay, there we go. Jonelle Jackson says he's going for the Usos. Christopher Hernandez right there says, I got my money on the Usos. Grant Hima says, what is team control? Oh, don't. You'll check it out later. We'll talk about that later. Brandon Joseph says, of course, the Mysterious for the win. Grant Hima says, the Usos for the win. Gregor Jones says, Usos for the win. Hunter Tracy says, I would, of course, be surprised if they threw the 205 Live Cruiserweight division in the kickoff show, like, of course, they used to. James right here says the Usos will not win, so that means he's going for the Mysterios. Grant Murray, Prana, Brandon, Joseph, of course. Oh, okay. Gregor John right there. Shout out to my time. Okay, I guess we're good.
All right.
I guess we're good. Yeah.
All right, so we do have a few people in our chat. We've got Sophie out there. Sophie looks like they're going to go for the Mysterios. Hello, Sophie. Thanks for joining us. Very big fan of us and Joe, saying her two favorite YouTubers working together. Awesome. Ayla is out there, so I'll shout out to Ayla. Hey, Ayla, thanks for joining us. I know you're not going to give us a prediction, but, hey, thanks for being
I
here.
need prediction.
We do have Christopher Hernandez in there, and it looks like he's going for the Usos. We have
pick.
Derwin Grisson is in the chat saying he's going for the Usos also. Ravi is in there.
Hey, Rob.
Ravi is saying F-Ray and his overrated son with no wrestling skills, so I'm guessing he really wants the Usos to win, which I do not blame you. Walter's in the chat. I don't know who he's going to predict for. We've got Grant T out there who's saying the Usos. And Ayla's like, on my pick, who delete the picks? Oh, sweet. So she's going with all my picks, so, which I usually lose because I'm a loser, so probably not the best one to go with.
Lots of self-confidence
here.
here.
Walter's saying the Mysterios for the win. So
good pick.
We do have a couple people for the Mysterios and a few people that want the Usos. Now, totally understand that. Everybody does.
Yeah, like people right here, everybody's going like for the Usos. I don't get it. The Usos.
I think it's just I mean I get why, but I think that they haven't been together enough for a while to kind of like get their steam back for being the great tag team they are. They're just barely back together, working together again. So I think it's going to take a little bit longer for them to kind of get there on that thing, but that's just my own personal opinion. Okay, everybody, we're gonna move on because everybody's got shit to do today. All right, everybody out there, we're going with what we're gonna go with the next match that we're gonna go with the next match of the night, the Raw Tag Team Championship. Now, this does not mean that this is the next match that's gonna happen on Money in the Bank. We're just going with in order that we think it's
irrelevant to relevant.
My irrelevant order of things. Okay, that is going to be the Raw Tag Team Championship. The champions are AJ Styles and Amos. Oh, there we go. Amos. Got it. I got it.
Amos.
Versus the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders. Who do you think they're going to come out and start axing people? Woohoo! That'd be... Oh, wait, that's wrong. All right, Travis. Who do you think is going to be, the winner of this wonderful matchup?
I would like to see the Vikings win it, just for the fact that I would like to see a tag team hold the tag team championships.
What?
And let AJ go off and be a singles wrestler again. But I do not see that happening, so I'm going to go with AJ and Omos.
Okay.
Joe.
All right, Joe. What you got?
Same thing. I'm gonna follow Travis on that one. That was a good thinking, man. That is good thinking. Seeing AJ Styles and almost losing it and Money in the Bank, then basically seeing Riddle and Randy Orton's storyline as RK Bros, and we expect them to be the new tag team champs soon. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles and Almost. AJ Styles almost retaining. Simple as that. Viking Raiders, they were returned, and I think they'll still become Jobas. And that's how Vince McMahon rocks. So
he doesn't like tag teams.
Yeah.
What? You guys are
totally
ridiculous. I mean, he loves tag teams. He loves them so much that he screws them out of titles. He breaks them up and puts them with other people. He makes sure that they're always low on the totem pole. Oh, I'm saying all the negative things. My bad. I was trying to think of positive things that he did to help out, those tag teams. All right, yeah. So, aside from being a sheep in this predictions, I'm probably going to go with the same people, AJ Styles and Amos, basically because it's the same reason you guys are. I don't really see the Viking Raiders yet. Not that they don't make good champions at some point, but don't they have to have other tag teams to fight with?
Yes.
They're like, we don't know who you're going to fight with next, so we're just going to keep it on these guys for a while because, we need to get Omos some more,
ring
TV time and, make sure he can actually do stuff. Because he's only had one
singles match,
and he does kind of wrestle during their tag team matches, but he kind of doesn't.
Right. They're
So,
protecting him.
which, I get it.
Protect
And
the big man.
they're probably protecting him and other people. But, that's just me. Joe, in your chat, what are people saying?
Yes, looking at the chat right now, of course, I'm gonna read one more from Oof Boy. Oof Boy says, "What's up? How you doing?" Says, "Usos for the win." Grant Human says, "AJ Styles and almost for the win." Oof Boy also says, "AJ Styles and almost are going to win." Christopher Fernandez right there also in the building says, "AJ Styles and almost for the win." Brandon Johnson says, "AJ Styles and almost for the win." Greg Jones says, "AJ Styles and almost for the win." Okay, Oof Boy, you already did the same thing. I read your comment. Good. James right there says AJ Styles and almost will, of course, win the Raw Tag Team Championship titles. Gregor right there says, yeah, agreeing with James. So, yes, everybody agrees AJ Styles and almost will retain.
Awesome. Okay, so in our chat, let's see, we got some new people. We got Hunter Tracy out there, and they said they would love to see AJ become the WWE champion for the third time before he retires. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but, something, I suppose.
Yo, guys, don't worry why it's so dark. The lights just went off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm still using it for the PCs. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Walter says AJ Styles and Amos to retain.
Looks like they came back on.
They came back on. Good Joe. On. He's like, it was a short one. Christopher Hernandez also saying AJ and Amos for the win. Let's see. Walter says Styles and Amos will win. Amos is huge, tall guy. Yes, he is. Grant T says AJ and Amos too. And Robbie says, almost butchering man's name. Well, you know what? I have to.
Yes.
I hear it and then I don't think about it as I go on with my life. And then when I have to say it, I'm like, how did they say that again? Because some people
almost.
Say almost. Amos. Almost.
Amos.
Yeah. And let's see. I think that is it. We talked to our new peeps in the chat, and that's all for a prediction.
Make sure you guys are subscribing. We need like 30 more to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So we're on our march.
JoeDaBest Wrestling TV. Only 30 people, man. Only 30 people to subscribe on Wrestling Gab. Imagine. They hit their first 1,000 right there. Come on, man. Let's do this. Hey. Let's make them hit the 1,000.
Let's have a party. Come on, everybody. Help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie, if you've got a problem with my cheesy presenting style tonight, you can just go eat your tea and biscuits. Okay? All right. Or crumpets. All right. So, next on the match card that we're going to talk about is, of course, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh! And what we've all came here for, right? Because it's Money in the Bank. That's what we're here for. All right, so those people that are going to be in this match are as follows. Please listen closely. I will repeat them only once. Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. All right, so, Joe, who do you think's going to win this? Who you got in this Money in the Bank for the men's match?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's the new day. Yes, it is. I'm going to go with Big E. Come on, man. Your new WWE Money in the Bank. Big E. Come on, man. Big E. Woo.
Wow, we know who Joe's a big fan.
I love that. I love the energy too. I really wanted to go with Big E,
but
it just seems like WWE isn't doing a lot with him.
True.
Now on the draft side of it, he could always go to Raw.
True that.
And he would fit in really well over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he needs to have a top storyline with Roman Reigns before he leaves. As a babyface.
Ooh.
Against Roman. I think that would be fantastic. It could work. I don't see John Morrison winning. I don't see McIntyre winning. I don't see Kevin Owens winning, and I don't see Nakamura winning. So to me, it's either Ricochet, Seth, Riddle, or Big E. And so,
let me help you out with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is gonna have a storyline with Edge.
Yes.
They're gonna return back where Seth was trying to destroy his neck. So Seth has no possibility of winning Money in the Bank. So he's gonna lose it so that he can screw up Edge
Right.
and make that storyline.
Yeah.
I'm going to add to that, though, because he can hold that Money in the Bank for over a year.
Right.
So no matter what, they could do that storyline with Seth and Edge, but that doesn't mean that storyline will go for a full year. So he could have that Money in the Bank briefcase for a full year until he cashes it in.
Right.
I mean, so there's always that little tiny, you know what I'm saying? Like it could, they could be like, this might be
Yeah. So
interesting to
basically,
throw
it's
that in
down
there.
to Big E and Riddle if you go that route.
Yeah.
Right.
And so therefore, I'm gonna go with Riddle just so I have a different pick than Joe.
Okay. Okay.
We gotta have
okay.
at least one different one. Brilliant minds picking these
So
things.
who are you going for?
Riddle.
Riddle. Okay. I can see why you went for Riddle. I can see why.
No,
Oh
I mean,
my
I
God,
totally
okay.
understand it too. I should just pick Drew McIntyre so it makes everybody angry. Because, we always want to see that happen again. Oh my gosh. And again.
Yeah.
And again. And again. I'm kidding. I'm not picking Drew McIntyre. I want somebody to lock him up in something where he can't ever get free.
Okay.
Like a political prisoner.
No, I meant like through the Money in the Bank stuff when they're doing things.
Right.
That when he's fighting with somebody, they like lock him in a closet or something so he can't get out. And they're like, ha ha ha. And then they go off doing their thing. I don't know who would do that. Maybe John Morrison with the help of Miz or something.
With his dripstick.
Just put Miz in front of the door.
Yeah, like John Morrison gets the
Lock
push
his
with the
wheelchair
Miz.
in place
Right.
So Drew can't come out and okay, that's ridiculous, but it's funny to me. Okay, so who do I think? Serious matters here. I better hurry up.
There's 8 guys.
It's very difficult. Don't rush me.
Yeah. Yeah, Money in the Bank ladder match always a difficult one to decide.
I'm gonna say probably no. Yeah, most likely no. I don't know. Does he have anything going on with anybody? Shinsuke Nakamura? Did they start
Yes.
a feud with him? And
Corbin.
not really.
Baron Corbin.
But are they still doing that? Because they kind of like ended it a little bit.
Right. Corbin's
with the-
going downhill. So
Crown
no,
thing.
there's no storyline with him
Right, not like
really
a main
besides
Yeah,
one.
Corbin.
but I think Shinsuke will get a storyline because of the king,
Yeah.
the crown.
Yes. King Nakamura.
I'm gonna probably follow in Travis's footsteps with this one, and I'm going to pick Riddle actually, just because of what they're doing with him, and then whenever Randy Orton comes back, I kind of want to see how that'll play out.
And then he can cash in at the Royal Rumble or right after the Royal Rumble, around that time.
possibly. I mean, I don't know. It's just a guess on my part. But
He
for
would.
all we know, it'll be
The briefcase would
John
be the
Morrison
bro
that
case. They would they could blow this up
Yeah,
for a while.
I can see what you guys are trying to do, and I'm liking it. Like you're also giving me a doubt. Like Riddle might win because I've noticed Riddle has been getting a lot of push on Monday Night Raw.
He's
you
the
know?
only thing exciting
And-
on the whole channel.
Exactly, man. And I'm like, you're giving me some second thoughts. Guys, JoeDaBest doesn't do this, but I'm changing my mind. Riddle.
Oh no,
Riddle.
Joe!
Let me tell you something. Like, when she was talking, she kind of opened my brain, and I'm like, oh, she's so totally right with explanation. And I'm like, geez, what am I doing? Biggie didn't get the push. He wasn't getting any push, and Riddle is the one getting the push, and they might bring that RK Bro with a briefcase.
Yes.
They put the RK Bro something.
The bro case.
Right, and
Forgive me, guys.
and you
Riddle
gotta
for
throw
the
in
win.
some other stuff, like his personal life's kind of turning around, where he doesn't have that lawsuit against him anymore, so he doesn't have a black cloud over him, and now, like you had mentioned in your Instagram post, really, WWE can really push him now. Like they can like make him like, you know what I mean, like. And it's not like he couldn't do it. I mean, he's a weird character, but he's just enough weird that it works.
Yep.
In the funny department, he's entertaining. I mean, that's what you want, right? I mean, I look at some of these other guys. I'm like, it's not that they're not entertaining, but like John Morrison's, he's John Morrison. What?
Absolutely.
You're supposed to go.
But the people to watch, the people who are gonna get a lot of spotlight for Money in the Bank, I think it's Ricochet and John Morrison.
Yes.
They're gonna blow up.
It's gonna be
because of what they can
fascinating.
do. Like because they can jump
yes.
around, and I mean, and those are the matches you want to see. Like because Ricochet is very parkour John Morrison, and Ricochet does all this high flying stuff, and that's gonna be where the entertainment factor comes in, and then you're gonna have the guys that come in and make it kind of slow moving, like Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens does some big stuff and everything like that.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is gonna go on the top and splash somebody.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
he's not.
Rollins is kind of gonna be tricky and underhanded, and probably not really do a lot. Big E is gonna be kind of like big beefy guy out there with Drew McIntyre. They're like two bulls in a stable fighting each other or whatever. And Shinsuke, he does some fun stuff and everything, but yeah, I think the entertainment factor is going to be taken over by Ricochet and John Morrison.
Yes.
And they could play that stuff for a long time. They could have their matches without it really being a feud. They could just have those matches. It'd be great. So are you really changing your prediction then?
Yes, you're not gonna make me kind of forget it. I'm still going with Riddle.
Okay, you're going with Riddle. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Riddle
I just wanted
way.
to make sure that if I wrote it down, it was true. Okay, not putting
Yes.
words in your mouth. All right. How about in your chat, Joe? Who you got? What are they talking about in there? They talking up a storm?
Yes, we got a lot of people in the building. Thank you so much for the love, guys. Wow. Let me see who we got. Team CB says Edge to win. Oh, we're still gonna get to the main event. Oof Boy says everyone here rocks. Thank you so much. And Oof Boy, make sure to subscribe on Wrestling Gap right there. They also rock so much. Kevin Pratt says Edge for the win. Brandon Jones says Big E for the win. Gregor Jones says Big E. Christopher Hernandez says I'm going for Bro Riddle. And of course, Christopher Hernandez says just kidding. Big E for the win. Lol. Okay. Oof Boy says Seth Rollins for the win and becomes two-time WWE World Champion. Okay. So Fizz, Gregor right there. Let me see who we got. James right there says Big E, Seth Rollins, Drew. Who? You're not telling us who exactly you're going for. Gregor right there says Christopher. Okay. Let me see. Who else we got? Christopher Hernandez says Big E is winning. Oof boy. Sorry about that. My bad. Oh my god.
Something's stuck in Joe's craw over there. Uh-oh.
I don't know. I just felt like I was almost laughing, and when I wanted to laugh, and boom, it happened.
Yes.
Started coughing. So where was I? Let me see who we got here. Christopher Hernandez says Big E's winning. Sophia right there. Okay. Wow. Peter, welcome. Shout out to one more time. Gregor right there says maybe Drew McIntyre wins it. Christopher right there says yes, I remember that. Johan right there says it is time for Big E to win, of course, Money in the Bank. Gregor right there, John says I want Big E to win. Oof Boy says Riddle is a great superstar. Edwin Press right there calling Gregor John a clown. I think Gregor chose Drew McIntyre. That's why he's a clown. Christopher Hernandez says Christopher Hernandez says, you know what? I changed my mind. I expect, of course, Riddle is getting the win. Gregor right there says Edwin. Who is Edwin? We don't have Edwin in any Money in the Bank. Johan says, of course, if Riddle wins, then of course he's
that
going to
somebody's
cash
real
in on
name?
Raw Tag Team Championship.
Maybe.
First man to ever, of course, cash in on Raw Tag Team Champions. James Ryder says, Big E, Seth Rollins, Drew. Who are you going for? Gregor says we need CM Punk to come back. Brandon Joseph says Drew McIntyre is in a feud with Jinder Mahal, so there's no way he's winning. That is true, Brandon. Gregor right there in the comment section says CM Punk versus Cena. Okay. You're talking about something else. Johan says Big E or Matt Riddle will win. Christopher Hernandez says bro. Grant Timmer says Big E. Brandon Joe says you okay, Joe? I'm good, bro. I'm good, thank you. Boy says Seth Rollins is my pick. Wow, we got Seth Rollins' pick. Johan says Big E or Matt Riddle might win, but my pick is Big E. Wow.
Awesome.
We're done. Back to wrestling, guys. Back to you guys.
All right,
We're
awesome.
done here.
All right, we do have Desmond in the chat saying
Hey,
hello.
Desmond.
Hello, Desmond. And Walter says Matt Riddle will win. Ravi's not going for a Big E. He wants Seth for the win. Ooh. Christopher Hernandez in our chat also said Big E, but he probably retracted it somewhere down the line. Desmond says they're going with Rollins. All right, Desmond. Let's see. Ravi said that. Walter says whoever wins tonight, the briefcase, don't cash it in tonight. I don't think they will. They usually like to hold on to those for quite a long time anymore. They don't usually do that very often.
Sometimes the women will.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they will. Yeah.
True.
Christopher Hernandez, as I said, retracted and went with Riddle. Let's see. Let me see if there's anybody else new. Grant T's going with Big E.
Good pick.
Let's see. Sophie wants to know how far ahead is Kenya from USA with time? Oh.
It is.
I think 8 hours.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's 7 hours East Coast.
Yeah. 7 hours
Yeah.
from East Coast time. Let's see. They're so excited. Impact TV combined. All right. I think that's it for actual predictions and some other stuff that people are talking about. If you really want to know the answers to those, talk to us later on in the pay-per-view with those questions. We're just doing predictions right now, so I appreciate all of you guys out there, though, with some of your other stuff that has nothing to do with predictions. but I'm not going to read everything because we're kind of on a time strain, and Joe has stuff to do also, and he's really late, so he might want to eat dinner, do some fun things, all that good stuff. All right, we're going to move on with our matches tonight. All right, who's next on the matches? We're going to go with the other side, the opposite of the Money in the Bank.
The fairer
men's.
sex.
We're going to go with the fairer sex of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. All right, everybody. Not that this is a prediction of how they're going to do the matches or what order. This is just how I'm guessing with all the stuff of what I'm doing for the card. All right.
Yeah, and that's why she's the best when she hosts predictions, guys. That's why she's the best when she hosts predictions. Yes.
All right, so let me name those women for you guys out there. Please listen closely. I will read them slowly. All right, so we've got Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross,
Ash.
Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Natalia, and Tamina. Alrighty. Travis! Who do you think's gonna be the winner of this Women's Money in the Bank this year?
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
This one is so hard. I can tell you right now that I want it to be Naomi, but they are not pushing Naomi. So I believe it's either going to be Bliss or Morgan. And I'm going to go with Bliss.
Ooh, we're picking one of the little tiny blonde girls. All right, Joe, over to you.
I'm so upset right now with Travis. Travis,
that's all I can.
Why?
That's all I can see. There's nobody else. This match to me is like just a bunch of the leftovers.
Oh, kind of a little.
Let me enlighten you. Let me enlighten you just a little bit, huh? Alexa Bliss is having troubles with Eva Marie and Doudrop, right?
That is fact.
Liv Morgan, she's the only one getting pushed in SmackDown right now. Nikki Cross, she's getting pushed on Monday Night Raw. But if you put these two ladies together, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan is the one getting that much more push. And even the fans are behind Liv Morgan. If you watched SmackDown, they didn't show it anyway, but it was, off air. and she had an emotional kind of a speech, and everybody was like, she deserves it, and everybody's on her back, like they want her to win. And according to everything that's happening between her and Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan is winning money in the bag. Simple as that. Case closed.
All right. Well, we'll see tonight. I just don't see how she can carry a company. That's my only argument.
I don't
Is
see how
when you
Kai
put
can
her
carry a company.
a title on her, how is she going to do all the late night TV shows? She's horrible on the mic. She has no charisma. That's the only thing. I mean that's my only draw on her. She looks good,
But Travis,
and that's
you
about
gotta
it.
understand something. You gotta understand something. It doesn't mean if you win Money in the Bank briefcase, you have to win the title. She can be like Baron Corbin, you know. She wins it and she loses it. You know what I mean? So, or
I'd be
even Otis.
I'd be 100% okay with that, but I just don't want to see her be champion. I just don't think she can carry the company on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Anyways, who you got?
Okay, so I guess if she wins, she could still have her feud with Zelina Vega because they started some stuff with her and her, which is a good start for Zelina coming back to have a fight with Liv. It keeps Liv prominent in people's minds. She's there. She's not really a jobber.
Wait,
She's
did we
actually
ask
doing
Joe
something.
who he was picking?
Yeah, he already told.
Yeah, Liv Morgan.
He said
Liv
Liv
Morgan.
Morgan.
I
Liv
know, but
Morgan.
was that your whole explanation?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
explaining
okay,
to you
okay.
because there's two ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
There's
I
two
thought.
ladies who are getting pushed, Nikki Cross and Liv Morgan. So
Okay.
the one who's getting pushed more is Liv Morgan than Nikki Cross. So that's why I'm going to Liv Morgan
All
for
right.
the win.
Sorry
Right.
for interrupting you.
No, you're totally fine. And like I was saying, they did start, kind of a thing with Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega. And with Zelina Vega coming back, it kind of makes sense that she starts, kind of in that area and whatnot. I have a different view about Liv Morgan. Why I don't like her is because she's a crybaby about everything. Like, no matter what, she cries about it. I'm not getting pushed, cry about it. I'm getting pushed, cry about it. I seriously cannot stand her.
She is very whiny.
I cannot stand that she's a whiny little bitch. Like, that's all I can see. Whenever she comes out, I'm just like, oh, look, it's the whiny little bitch. She reminds me of Johnny Gargano and his 3-year-old tantrums that he has because he doesn't get his way.
On NXT.
And I get it that everybody's like, she deserves a chance, she deserves a chance, she deserves a chance. I think Ruby Riott deserved more of a chance than she does. And she got fired.
Wow.
I mean that's just how I see it. I don't see that Liv Morgan really has a very, very strong talent. When I watch her wrestle, she botches constantly. Like, her wrestling is not that good. It really isn't. I mean, she may look cute. Oh,
She's
give it to her.
cute.
She's a little cutie pie out there. If that's all she was there for, that'd be perfect. But she's not. She's there to wrestle. She's there to do her job. And all she does is whine and cry about it. That's all I hear. You just said it, Joe. After the match, she was crying. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Like, all she did was fucking cry about it? Oh my god. Grow up. Like, I know you look like you're 10, but you need to grow up. Put your fucking big girl panties on and fucking start acting like it. Then maybe I might have some respect for her as being a wrestler that could be a champion. Or have good matches where she's relevant. That is just, I'm just like, okay. I get crying after a match like Bianca Belair. She was very, very emotional because she fucking won. And she was pushed as a winner. And she can be a winner. And she cried with emotion. But Liv Morgan cries about everything. On every talk show she's on, she cries. I don't get pushed. I don't get chances. And then she gets chances and it's like, I don't understand why I'm not getting more chances. And it's like, oh my god, lady, like, you gotta put in the work. I'm the hardest one. No, you're not. You cannot be the hardest worker if that's what you're crying about on a constant basis. It's the same story with her over and over. Anyways, that's my rant about Liv Morgan.
So you're going with Liv?
I will not be picking Liv Morgan.
Oh, you're not
to
going
win
with
this.
Liv?
All right, so since I really don't feel that any of them, I mean, I like Naomi. I would rather have Naomi win this. I think
Asuka.
Naomi really needs a chance. I think she really needs to be pushed in that situation and everything like that. The problem with Naomi is that she has that same problem as Liv. She botches a lot sometimes, and sometimes her matches don't work out that well, and she has to have people make her look good. Like Natalya makes her look good. Bayley made her look really good. But when she's with somebody who isn't as
talented
as them, she kind of tends to not like perform as well as you think she would, I guess, in a way. I like where they're going with Nikki Cross, Ash, whatever. She's fun, she's funny, and I think it'd be hilarious if they had her win the Money in the Bank and Riddle win the men's, because they're both goofy and funny, and it's just entertainment. And I'm kind of wondering how it's going to pull out with this whole thing. So I'm actually going to go with Nikki Cross. That's going to be my pick. I'm going to go with Nikki Cross, Ash, whatever you want to call her, almost a superhero. So that's who I'm going with. And I'm off my soapbox. Joe, back to your people in your chat.
There we go. Hyperbomb, huh?
Right? Little
oh
off
my
script.
Goodness, man. Yeah. Wow. Grant Tillman says, leave Morgan for the win. Brandon Joe says, leave Morgan for the win. Christo Fernandez right there says, leave Morgan for the win. Let me see. Janelle Jackson says, 100% I got leave Morgan. Gregor Jones says, Alexa Bliss wins. Brandon Johnson right there. Shout out to my time. Let me see. Christo Fernandez says, leave Morgan 100%. Greg is like, what time show starts? Just check, I don't know where you come from. So that's kind of different because of time. So, yeah. You just check. I don't know how to say
Google
this. Yeah, just Google it. Yeah. Let me see. Gregor, right there. Let me see. Who else we got? Brandon. Okay. Jeez, what is going on? I can see right there. Brutal Machine says, "What's up? What's going on? What is going on? Is prediction stream with Wrestling Gap. Go subscribe to the channel. Yes, Brutal Machine, welcome.
We just need 30 more.
Yeah, Grant Tillman right there says the pipe bomb by Delitha. Woohoo! Yeah. Greg is like lol, Chris, and of course Jordan Morris says Roman. Okay, we'll still get to the main event. Don't worry. Let me see. Okay. Jordan Morris says Nikki Cross for the win. So yes, I think those are the ones that I got. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. So in our chat we have Roberto in our chat today. Hey Roberto, how's it going? Yes, happy Sunday, fun day indeed. Christopher Hernandez is of course going for Liv Morgan for the win. Roberto's going with Liv. Robbie is going with Nikki for the win. Awesome. Christopher Hernandez wanted to tell Travis, are you serious? Out of all people, you pick Alexa.
Ooh,
but Robbie's like, it's Defo Bliss as she's their pet. So he's like, I pick Naomi or Nikki Ash to win. So they aren't quite sure. They're going to toss a coin and pick whoever they're going to go for. Robbie's like, Travis killing Liv's vibe. And as Christopher says, whoa, watch your mouth. I came out of nowhere. I don't have to watch my mouth because this is not a child-friendly, family-friendly station. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Beep, 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 beep.
Roberta says, yeah, I understand. Robbie's like, hello, crying after the match. Robbie's like, D with the rant, love to see it, of course. Robbie says, Biller's still a poor man's Banks. Robbie's like, D, don't hate on Liv, and Liv's not bad at wrestling, to be honest. Are you joking?
Let's move.
Are you kidding?
It's fine.
Oh
They can have their own opinions.
Grant T is like the pop by line. Delete that. Robbie's like, D with a pipe bomb better
It's acceptable.
than AJ Lee. Grant T is going with Liv Morgan. Let's see, and that's it. Okay, no more predictions in this chat.
So if Liv wins, does she cash in tonight?
Oh God, if she did, I'd laugh my ass off, and then she could cry about it, right?
Wow.
Wait, no, there is no cash in.
Yeah,
well, if
because
she did
she's
it on SmackDown,
she'd have to
because
do it
they already
the
did
next
that.
Friday.
So, well, she could do it in the Raw match,
Oh yeah,
unless it was
she can do it on
after.
Raw match. Yeah.
that's true. That's very true. She could possibly do that. Okay, deep breath. All right, everybody, we're going to move on from all that fun stuff. Okay, so next on this wonderful card we have going on, we're going to try to talk about the Raw Women's Championship. This is going to be everybody's favorite match. I can tell it's going to be their favorite. It is, of course, by everybody wants to see this over again and again. It's Rhea Ripley, your champion right now, versus who else?
The Queen.
Charlotte Flair, because we have
Woo!
to have this match, right? For the 5,183rd time. All right, Joe, on your side, what do you think's gonna happen?
Simple. Simple. I am not a big fan of Charlotte Flair. Everybody on JoeDaBest knows I hate Flair. So I don't want to see her win. I hope she gets screwed up by maybe Becky Lynch or whoever comes in as a surprise. Or just get pinned by Rhea Ripley and she goes off. And maybe have a holiday with Andrade in AEW. That would be awesome.
Just go away. No,
Just go away.
I honestly think it's going to be Rhea Ripley. Also, I mean, they have a storyline, but it's not anything really legit. Charlotte beat her last year at WrestleMania, and then so it just makes sense that it's her time to lose.
Yeah, that she takes the loss and Rhea takes that win and she can actually do it because they've made her look kind of weak. But they've made Charlotte look a little weak too. Which is funny that everybody on Joe's channel knows that he doesn't like Charlotte Flair, and they're all accepting of that. But if I hate on somebody, they're like, "No, she's so adorable."
Well, they just don't like Charlotte because she wins.
Anyway,
they like
Charlotte
Liv
has been
because she
hated by
loses.
everyone.
There's a big difference.
they're like, "We love losers, then why don't you keep her as a loser?"
It's like in America in football, people don't like Tom Brady.
We want the underdogs to, we want the underdogs to win.
Right. They want Patrick Mahomes to win championships because Tom Brady has like 40.
Right.
That's all it is. Is like once somebody wins enough, they're like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah, we don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah,
we
needs to get a rest.
Yeah, if the men do it, they're like, "Oh no, it's so cool. He's got 20 belts and so."
Charlotte did it, and she's got
3 years.
13 and did it in 3 months.
Yeah, I know that is irritating. I actually agree with that. I'm okay with Charlotte Flair. I don't really have a positive or negative about Charlotte Flair. I don't care, but I am going with Rhea Ripley to retain her championship. I think she's holding it well. I think there's things she needs to work on, but as being a champion, I think that hopefully, especially now that fans are back, it's going to have to make her really try harder to talk better, have better comebacks.
Yeah, she's going to have to get way better on the mic.
And working with Flair, I think, has kind of helped that a little bit.
I'm going to call you later, okay? I'm going to call you later.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
No, it's just a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We're like, what? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Oh, something happened. All right, anyways, but yeah, I think that her feud with Charlotte Flair is helping her a little bit better with how she needs to be on the quote-unquote, as I call it, the bigger shows. Because they're going to be traveling to different places, and she's going to either, she's going to have to contend with people who are going to like her or hate her or both. And so Charlotte Flair is used to that, and Charlotte Flair just kind of owns it and goes with it. And I think that Rhea's the type of person that unfortunately needs thicker skin. Like, I get it that she's been a champion, but she's been a champion in NXT. This is her first time being a champion on the bigger show.
How's she going to do with 20,000 people booing her?
Hating her. I mean...
Imagine, how?
It's going to be interesting to see, and I hope with her working with Charlotte Flair that it kind of helps her have that confidence that you want them to boo you, and you're just like, what the fuck ever, bitches. Kind of shit, I feel that Charlotte Flair is a help in that area, I guess. But I am going with Rhea Ripley. So, all right, Joe, in your chat, who you got? What are they talking about over there?
Yeah, and expect Charlotte Flair to start crying when people are booing her too much. It's gonna get in her head. She's gonna start crying. Jordan Morris says Nikki Cross for the win. Oh, okay. Brandon Joseph, shout out one time. Brandon Joseph says Rhea Ripley for the win. Gregor Jones says Rhea Ripley for the win. Christopher Hernandez says he's going for a badass Rhea Ripley. Jordan himself says, what is there a stream called? What do you mean, Jordan? Gruntimer says, I don't care about this match at all. He doesn't care about this match. Christopher Hernandez right there. Shout out to my time. Sorry. Jordan Morris says, what is their stream called? Oh, what is their stream called? Wrestling Gap.
Yeah, it's just Wrestling Gap.
Yeah, Wrestling Gap. Yeah, Gab. With a B.
G-A-B,
yeah. G-A-B, yes, exactly. Shout out to my time, Jordan Mora. Go subscribe there as quick as possible. Let me see who we got. Jordan Mora says thanks. Okay. Jay White. Cody Dobbs says Liv Morgan will win the women's, of course. Riddle will win the men's. There we go. Cody. Shout out to one more time. Late comer.
Yeah.
Cody says Lashley will. Okay, we'll reach there. Cody, we're gonna reach there. Cody Dobbs says Charlotte Flair will win.
Wow, there it
And he
is.
says hashtag Hill Cody's in the house. Wow.
Wow, must be a
He's a
big
heel.
Flair fan.
Well, if Tom was in here, he would say he already talked to Charlotte and she's gonna win.
Exactly.
And she's gonna win.
He's already
We
had
had
a
a
long
conversation.
conversation about her win and how she's going to do it.
Wow. So yes, I think I'm done on my side.
All right.
So only one person going for Charlotte Flair,
Oh.
and his name is hashtag Hill Cody.
Well, there you go.
Heel Cody. He wants
Heel
Cody to turn heel. AEW
He's
talk.
healed already.
That's awesome. All right, so we got Grant T saying he doesn't, as he said in your chat, he said in ours, he doesn't care who wins this match. He just doesn't care about it at all. And that's kind of the feeling I get from a lot of people in our chat sometimes.
Yeah.
They in some ways they have made some of the women's championships very irrelevant, which is really sad. But you have to have people to contend for it in order to make it interesting, and not the same person over and over again. Drew McIntyre stuff right there. Anyways, Christopher Hernandez says, of course, Rhea Ripley retaining. Let's see. Johan is going with Liv Morgan on that last one for winning in the Money in the Bank Women's. Rhea will win. And thanks for being with us, Jordan Fandora. We really appreciate
hanging out with
Johan
us.
for being with us. You subscribe to us as fast as possible. Awesome. We appreciate that a lot. Shout out to you again, Johan. Thank you so much. Let's see. I think that's it for people giving us some predictions on our side. Okay, so since we don't have any more, I will move on. Oh, Robbie's saying Charlotte Square for the win, but don't really care who wins this because they are both frauds. All right, Robbie. Well, we appreciate always your wonderful fraud stuff. I appreciate you so much with your tea and crumpets.
Both of them are frauds.
Both of them are frauds. Complete frauds.
That's what we came out with.
Wow.
That's our conclusion.
They're just frauds. That's it. They're frauds and all that good stuff. All right, so back to the match card of the night for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view today. Okay, so the next match we're going to talk about, of course, is the WWE Championship. Woo! Yes, this is a big championship, right? It's your Raw champion and over there, and that's Bobby Lashley is your champion right now versus Kofi Kingston. Ooh, Travis, what do you think's gonna happen with this one?
You basically handed me the easiest match of the night. Yeah,
Oh.
Bobby Lashley was gonna walk through this.
And if he doesn't, I will feel very bad.
I fell in love with Kofi when he became champion at
He was
WrestleMania.
good, yes.
It took me a minute to warm up, and I fell in love with the dude. I really did. And then Brock embarrassed him on SmackDown, and he's really never recovered. I know they became tag team champions, and then they tried to do another big push on him, and it's just gonna sputter out. He's not becoming champion.
I think they lost their momentum on that a little bit, yeah. Anyways.
I figured we might see a Kofi heel turn. They were kind of hinting towards it, and I was like, ooh, that'll be
That'd be
fantastic.
perfect, right?
But it did not happen, and so...
They have to keep it positive, right? Positive. All right, Joe, over to you on who you think is going to be the champion.
Definitely, man. I'm going with Bobby Trashley. He's winning. We call him Bobby Trashley anyways, but like I said, I think if you watched Raw, right, the recent Raw, and you saw how Bobby brought in an A promo, and I feel like that was the best promo he has ever done in his career.
Hands down,
like,
yes.
He brought the fire. And I think that is what every WWE fan wants to see from Bobby Lashley, rather than the champagne dude with the ladies.
Yeah, the hoe train.
The VIP lounge.
They got rid of the hoe
crazy.
train and the alcohol, and he's getting back to work.
Yeah.
So Kofi Kingston is getting destroyed. Kofi Kingston will be totally destroyed, and we head to Monday Night Raw to see Old Bag return. Simple.
We'll see what happens there.
Yes.
The hilariousness ensues. All right, so I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley retaining also. Not because Kofi isn't good at whatever, but I think that when Bobby, I'm glad that they did turn Bobby to the sensibilities, I guess you could say, of letting a little bit of what Kofi teased him about sink in, and that he took it seriously, and then literally went to MVP and said, "Look, I'm done with this shit. I want to work hard. I want to be a champion, and I want to be an asshole." And that's what Bobby needs to be. He really does need to be just a badass asshole that goes around, being a jerk. I know people are like, it's horrible, but it's like, no, because that's what he was when he started, and he was a perfect champion. It's like, yes, he's being mean to everybody and beat them all up.
Yeah, the hurt business meant business.
It was like, it wasn't like about, let's have fun and party all the time, about being a champion and all that fun
The
stuff.
hurt business became a
I'm
club.
glad that, and I'm glad that they didn't, like, take MVP away from that. Like, they didn't say, he didn't come out and be like, I'm firing you, MVP, I don't want you helping me out anymore because they're going on the road. And I was kind of worried they were going to do some stuff like that.
Sorry. Let me just cut you off. Game Killer Fire, thank you for being a member. Thank you, Game Killer Fire. Salute. Awesome. Continue.
Fantastic. Getting some members. Go, Joe. Yes, by the way, everybody, Joe is monetized now. And you can become a member and help him out on his channel, which is fantastic. So if you're able to and can, please go over and, become a member and subscribe over to Joe's. And, you do not have to be a member in order to watch his streams. Okay, you can still just be a subscriber and watch his live YouTube streams and stuff like that. All right, so if you guys don't know what the meaning of member, it just means you get extra perks. And you just help him out with some money, which is good because everybody needs it when you do this, and he works really hard. But yeah, I really don't see. I feel like, and my problem with this is that, is it going to take Bobby a little bit to get Kofi, or is he going to beat him in 15 seconds?
Depends on how much time they have left.
Exactly, and stuff like that. And it kind of irritates me that he hasn't been able to, but like they said, he's become soft. So maybe now that he's like, I'm back to business, he'll just, annihilate him and be done with it. And then we'll see Kofi and Xavier Woods go off in the sunshine with something else. All right, anyways, that's my pick, Bobby Lashley. So, Joe, in your chat, who you got? What's going on?
Yes, I've got a couple of people in the building. I can see right there, Cody Dobbs, Hill Cody, says Bobby Lashley will beat Kofi Kingston and retire him. Okay, Cody Dobbs, shout out to one time, Hill Cody. Christopher Hernandez says, replying right there on Christopher. Just a moment, let me see who we got. I'm just going to the predictions, guys. Remember the other comments, we're going to talk about them on the stream, not on prediction. We're just reading the winners. Let me see who we got. Wow. Brandon Joseph says Bobby Lashley for the win. David Ryder says Bobby Lashley will win. Okay, because there's a plan for SummerSlam. Awesome. Christopher Hernandez says Bobby Lashley, of course, retaining his almighty WWE World Heavyweight Championship title. Johan right there says Bobby Lashley will win. Greg Jones says Bobby Lashley will win. Cody Dobbs says Bobby Lashley is going to, of course, put an even bigger... what? A bigger hole on Kofi Kingston's chest. Are you serious?
Oh, that's mean.
Game Killer Fire. Shout out to one more time. Thank you for the love, man. Johan right there. What? Johan is asking Wrestling Gap, why you want Kofi Kingston to turn heel?
I just think it would be fantastic. I think it would... He could be
revamp his character.
He could be a new character for... And, I mean, unless they're going to bring the New Day back together, all three of them, I feel like he needs to go ahead and do his own thing.
Yeah, I personally don't think Xavier Woods really brings a lot. Big E brought a lot. His energy and stuff that he does and everything. When they were a group of three, it was a lot better. I mean, and as they've only been the two of them, I mean they try, but it's just not as fun. And maybe it'll be different with fans, but I don't know.
I will be right back.
All right, Travis will be right back. Anyways. Any more people in your chat, Joe, with whoever they're talking with their predictions?
Yes, still comments are coming in through. Just a moment.
Okay. La, 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 la.
Okay, I can see your comments coming through. Brandon Joseph says, Joe said Bobby Trashley, laughing emoji. David says, that's true, Joe. Johan right there on the comment section says, who's mad when, of course, he had old bag versus Bobby Lashley and not Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Christopher Hernandez says, I call him Bobby Badass Lashley. Brandon Joseph says, Goldberg needs, of course, to stay home. Cody Dope says, Kofi's trash. Hashtag Hill Cody. David Riley says, of course, Oldberg needs to stay home, too old. Let me see who we got. Game Killer Fire. Shout out to him on time. Greg, wow. Wow, there's so many comments. I don't even know which one is which. Let me see. Let me see.
I'm
Oh
glad
my
you
god.
have
Oh
that
my god.
problem. Mine's really easy, so.
Wow. Okay, okay. I think we're done because they're talking other things and I couldn't read them. So yes, shout out to all of you, man. I always read your comments, but this is prediction,
Yeah.
guys. We're gonna talk about the prediction.
Yep. I mean, if they're new, go ahead and do shout outs for them, of course, but,
Yeah,
uh,
totally.
So over in our chat, we got Sophie saying Bobby for the win. Christopher Hernandez is going for Bobby Lashley. Also, Johan says Bobby Lashley. Sorry, Kofi. Robbie's says that Kingston's going to get cooked and served up on a platter. So I'm guessing he's going to go with Bobby Lashley. That looks like it. Robbie just had another comment about Kingston going to end up looking as flat as one of his pancakes. But that's pretty much it in our chat of everything that's going on. And I'm just waiting for Travis to come back from his side jaunt for a moment. So, elevator music. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. It's all good.
Before we go on to probably the final match of the night, and probably the one that most people are probably looking the most forward to, I would imagine, but I don't really care. I don't have a horse in this race, so whoa, that's me. Really trying to rip my ear off. My lord, I need to keep that ear. It'd look weird if I didn't have one.
Welcome, Travis.
All right, Travis is back. All right, so we're going to go on, guys, with the last match that is going to probably most likely be the main event, which I could be wrong, but we're going to pretend that's what's going to happen. All right, so everybody out there, are you ready for this? For your Money in the Bank, your last match of the night on the match card is going to be the Universal Championship. And everybody who out there loves and just thinks it's so awesome, your champion, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the big dog, whatever you want to call him, the tribal chief, all that stuff, versus Edge, who I don't know what his nicknames are. In my world, he's geriatric.
The rated R superstar.
So the geriatric versus the young dude. All right, so Joe, on your side of your world and your life, I'm guessing I know who you're going to go for, but who is your prediction to win this?
You already know who I'm going for. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment before I say who's going to win. My Wi-Fi is going off.
Okay. Elevator music.
Joe's coming back.
Oh.
Don't get us copyrighted. It was perfect.
For elevator music?
Yeah, it was a sitcom from the 70s, wasn't it?
Oh, was that? Is that what that is?
No idea.
I have no idea either. I have no idea where that's from.
Sorry about that. I was running around in the house to get a charger.
That's all right.
You know how streamers, we do these things. I wasn't ready with a charger.
You never know what's going to happen. You think everything's going to be fine, and then you know.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Boom. Charging.
Yay!
Good.
Got it.
Okay. Where were we? Where were we? Where were we?
Oh, you can't forget where you were at.
Already, Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief. People be pretending, of course, like people pretend a lot by hating Roman Reigns on Twitter, on Instagram. But when the crowd was there on SmackDown, did you guys hear the crowd?
Oh, I heard him.
Did you guys hear the
seen
crowd?
the crowd, too.
I saw the crowd. I was watching the crowd to see if it was real or not.
it was like, if you notice, like, it wasn't boo. There was no boo. Like, too much of boo.
No.
There was no, like, yeah. It was a 50-50 situation.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So why would they hate him on Twitter? Roman is beating the hell out of Edge. Edge has no chance.
How many of those people were paid off by WWE? No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
Really? It's like Vince McMahon, when you saw him come out and people be hating him. Like me, I do hate him sometimes, the way he books. But when you hear that sound,
Oh yeah.
no chance. Everybody's singing the theme song, and yo, I'm like, these are the fans who hate Vince McMahon, and they're here cheering him.
Right.
Gee.
Yep.
I think the fans on Twitter and the fans at live events are different fans.
I think so too.
I don't
The
think
ones on
they. I don't
Twitter
think
are
they know
not-
each other.
Are not the WWE fans.
Yeah.
They're like the robot fans.
The Twitter people can't afford to go to live events.
They're like, I'm just a keyboard warrior behind my screen.
It's crazy, man.
Anyways, Edge deserves the one-on-one opportunity that Daniel Bryan took from him at WrestleMania.
He's getting it.
He's getting it now, in spite of Daniel Bryan, right? Like,
Right.
it's finally one-on-one. We're getting it. He's getting his opportunity. But Roman's the hottest thing in wrestling. It's the biggest story in wrestling. It's the highest rated show in wrestling.
I just don't think they can
And
get
it
rid of
all revolves around Roman being Roman.
it. Uh-huh.
Being the tribal chief, being the head of the table, being the big dog. Well, used to be big dog, right?
Right.
But he has to be champion in order for that to work.
Right.
And that's why he's retaining.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic match,
So-
though.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope it would be a fantastic match.
Oh, it's going to be good.
I mean, as a regular match, they can't pull any of their stops, right? They can't pull the chair out and, until-
Edge could win. They could keep it going. Edge could win, but with the disqualification.
Yeah.
Roman
so-
could hit him with a chair and get disqualified. Edge could win,
Mm-hmm.
but Roman's keeping the title.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way that they're pulling it, I mean, Roman Reigns is a bad guy, right?
Mhm.
And now Edge
Yeah.
is a bad guy too?
Edge is going to be booed by the end of the night by the fans that are there. WWE might pipe in cheers, but he's going to be the guy that gets booed,
Yeah.
and Roman's going to be the guy that gets cheered.
Yeah, and you've got to, and they've been doing some really like sneaky camera work when we were watching the live show on Friday.
They just show
They
select
only show
fans that are
select
cheering.
Fans, and then when they'd show like the whole crowd, they like hurried and panned away because people weren't cheering, people weren't booing,
Yeah.
people weren't doing anything, and then all of a sudden you'd hear all this cheering, and you're like, where the fuck did that come from? Because there was nobody in the audience doing it, kind of crickets a little bit. So I mean,
Sound control.
yeah,
Yes,
and
and
so
that's
we
what-
were kind of watching.
So make sure you
because-
watch the audience and not the audio.
Yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
after, I know it's hard when they're doing a match, but when they start kind of panning to audience, just take a quick look at the audience to see what's going on.
And make sure they're showing the audience and not like a group of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing, and see how the audience is actually really
Reacting
interacting
to
with these.
Yeah,
Because, WWE has had over a year
true.
to manipulate us into liking the people they want us to like.
Yep.
Now the
Yeah.
fans are back in charge.
Yeah.
The ones that pay money and go see this
Mm-hmm.
are now back in charge, and so they're going to cheer for who they want. And remember what happened to Roman before, but also remember he was a babyface,
Yes.
and he couldn't get one person to cheer for him in a live. They would just boo him out of the building.
Yep.
But now he's a heel.
They always hated on
Yeah,
him.
but now he's a heel,
Yeah.
and they love it, and that's what they always wanted, and now they've got it. So he's going to get cheered out of the building as a heel, and it's going to just be like, how are we going to pull this off?
You
Like,
keep him as a heel. Do not turn him babyface, because then they'll boo him again. But
I'm excited. I'm
Totally.
excited to see this live fan stuff. But just watch the crowds, because they've learned how to manipulate us over the last year and a half with crowd noise.
yeah, because
Yeah, with the
because what
sound
we
of-
hear
We-
isn't what they're playing out there. So they aren't gonna pipe it into where they're at. They can manipulate that
Yeah.
stuff like we can with our live streams. We can put
Cheers.
sound out there, And so we could be cheering or booing, in the background of our stuff, along with our own audio of cheers and boos. And that's where you kind of have to with your own eyes watch what's going on. And that's another why I personally don't really, I guess, put much stock into social media stuff, because some of those social media accounts are accounts that, for all we know, are WWE employees that are making accounts and going out there and saying, this is, oh, look, I love, or I hate, or whatever, and stuff like that. So it's
Lots of
kind of hard to
manipulation.
know who is real out there in the social media world. It's really sad, but it is true. So you have to just be smart, and watch what's happening. But I'm going to go with you guys. I really don't think that Roman Reigns is going to lose to Edge. I'm not a fan of either one of them. So I'm just kind of neutral in this. But I don't feel that he's going to not retain the title. It would be stupid on WWE's part to I know a lot of people are really big fans of Edge, but I just don't see at this point, if they put him as champion, how that would help them. Or make them better. I really think it would hurt and hinder them more than anything else. And with him having a little bit of help from the Mysterios, I mean, I know a lot of people, oh, hey, look at these old geriatric legends that we have out here of Rey Mysterio and Edge, and they're grouping together, and it's so amazing, and they're my heroes. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, you've got to let it go and give it to the younger generation to prove themselves to be great and become a legend.
Right.
So that's my soapbox rant on that. Anyways, all right. So in your chat, who you got over there, Joe, and any final thoughts? Because that's our last pay-per-view match.
Greg right there. Shout out to my time. Sam, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining, Sam. Cody Dope says, I want to see Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar's record for how fast he can beat Kofi Kingston. Cody Dope says, of course, Roman's going to retire Edge. Greg says, Roman Reigns wins. Duh. Brandon Joseph's like, that's going to be, of course, a tough call. Sam right there says, hashtag SmackDown Savior, Money in the Bank. C Nation says, JoeDaBest, of course. Who else is here? A lot of people are here, C Nation. Cody Dobes right there says, after Roman's done with the Edge, he'll of course be rated V for vegetables. Wow. Wow. Yo, that's crazy.
That's kind of mean.
Christopher Hernandez says, the tribal chief, the
mean.
badass head of the table, Roman Reigns. Brandon Joseph right there says, I like both Roman Reigns and Edge. Sam right there says, I love when, of course, women know they're wrestling bees. I told you SmackDown is the A show now. Yeah, it is the A show. Cody Dobbs says Roman is a god. He will never lose the title. Okay, he's gonna lose the title. He's gonna lose the title in the future. Don't say never.
Oh, he'll lose it.
Greg says Cody true, and of course right there, Greg is like Sam. Yeah, David right there says Roman will win. Cody says Roman's gonna win, of course, because Daniel Bryan will screw Edge again.
Oh no!
Forcing an Edge versus Bryan retirement a match at WrestleMania.
Because Daniel Bryan's writing the story
JoeDaBest,
for it.
I'm hyped for Money in the
He's
Bank.
gonna write himself back in.
Brandon Joseph says Mr. McMahon acting so surprised. Where the hell have you been? And he walks off.
Right?
That was Vince McMahon. You remember when Vince McMahon came out and he's like, where the hell have you been?
And then he just walked
and
off.
He just leaves. Yo. That's how billionaires do, huh? That's how billionaires work. Gregor says, C Nation, when you coming back? David is like, Roman what? Roman will win. Seth Rollins will screw Edge. C Nation says, Gregor, what do you mean? Of course, Cody's like, I want to see Roman Reigns lose the belt, but not a vegetable. Wow. Gregor is, when Cena's coming back? I don't know. Cody's like, is it, of course, enough to take down a god? Sam is like, Cena will return for WWE, of course, the movie. Lol. Cody Dobbs is like, wait. Cody's like, Baron Corbin out of Money in the Bank match, and Cena wins it, forcing, of course, Cena versus Reigns at SummerSlam. Cena, she says, I think, of course, and want Big E to win, of course, Money in the Bank. Oof Boy says, hey, Joe, do you think, of course, that WWE might release the full trailer of WWE 2K22 tonight? I don't know, maybe possible. C Nation says babyface Roman Reigns. Kevin Barrett says Edge for the win. C Nation says Vince McMahon is bad. and I'm down on my side.
Right. We just have a couple people saying stuff. We got Christopher Hernandez saying Roman Reigns for the win, and that is pretty much it
For the predictions.
There's a couple people. We have Francis in the chat. Hey, Francis. Talking about Cena being added, Lesnar, Undertaker being added, and everybody has their fantasy stuff, and I understand everybody wants their old people to be in there, and people who are retired and they want to see comebacks and stuff like that. They have lives, guys. They've moved on to other pastures, and there's sometimes when it's just like better that they just go away and not come back. I get it if they come back and they're maybe helping younger talent look better, be better, become better, and stuff like that, but I don't like seeing, especially in WWE, because I get that there are people who are huge fans of, like, Edge, I'm saying, or, John Cena and The Rock and Goldberg and all these people that you remember from your childhood and grew up with seeing and stuff like that. It takes so much away from the new talent that's trying to make that same name, trying to be that same kind of legend, that I don't think that is helpful. I think it's a detriment that WWE pushes these guys for championships constantly. It ruins what you think about of your guy. Like, if Edge doesn't win, then you're like, oh, well, they just screwed him out of it again. And it's like, he's been gone for 10 years and he's old. Like, he's had a huge, horrible injury that could possibly cause horrible stuff happening to him in 10 more years, come on now. The Rock came back, he wrestled, and he got 7 hernias in that whole wrestling match. He was injured, and it took him a long time to recover from that shit. He had surgeries. He almost died. Come on, guys. Like, you gotta give him you gotta make it so that they aren't coming back and, like, put into spots where they're gonna be the champion again. And it's like, when are they gonna have time for that? When? The Rock's not gonna have time for that shit. John Cena's not gonna have time for that shit. They're doing other things. They've moved on. They're like, see ya. I'm off to make movies and make billions upon billions of dollars instead of millions upon millions. Kind of thing. But, that's just how I see it. And that probably comes from a perspective of, I've only been watching wrestling for 2 years now. Like, straight. I haven't watched it before. I've never watched wrestling before, except for here and there, maybe once in a while. I had no idea. But that's from a fresh, new perspective of what I see happening and the way they do it. And so that's probably why I have the opinions I do. And they're probably wrong, but that's all right. All right, Joe, any final thoughts on your side? I'll shut up now.
I feel Money in the Bank is gonna be good. I feel Money in the Bank is gonna be awesome. If you notice on how SmackDown was, the environment, the arena with the fans, just makes it more awesome, more entertaining. So I have a good feeling that Money in the Bank is gonna be pretty amazing. First of all, this time around, I'm seeing the women's Money in the Bank ladder match being awesome. I'm seeing it being really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a fantastic show. I'm looking forward to it. I love the live fans back. I like the ambience. And maybe we'll get to see a Becky Lynch show up.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be
other
tonight.
surprises.
I would assume it would be tomorrow night. But we could get some other surprises also heading right into SummerSlam.
True.
We're just 1 month away, so.
Francis was saying that those people they listed have been added to the current list on the official WWE website, which isn't surprising. Sometimes they'll go in and list those people back on an active roster because they were never really gone in the first place. But anyways, Rob is saying, D, are you watching the kickoff show? Yes, we will be watching the kickoff show because they're going to have a match on the kickoff show.
Yes, the Usos and the Mysterios.
The Usos and the Mysterios for that tag team championship. So it's for the SmackDown one. So
the legendary Rey Mysterio.
And his son.
And his son.
Yeah, that guy.
Father and son.
His son.
I actually miss Rey Mysterio jumping his entry, the one that he jumps.
Yeah. And
it was awesome.
But as again, I'm gonna put this up he is getting old. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be out. I'm just saying he's getting old. And when your body gets old, you have to be more careful with what you do.
He was wrestling when I was a little kid.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have seen these guys for a long time, and it's like, you guys gotta remember, they've aged, He may have been 20 when you were watching him, and now he's,
48.
But the good thing about Rey Mysterio's body makes him look more younger. You know, it still makes him look younger.
Yeah, it does, and it does, but
especially when he wears his diaper, because that'll take him. That takes him way down.
Oh my God! Really, bro? Diaper.
Those outfits, when he has diaper outfits, oh my God, I seriously have the hardest time being serious during those matches, that I don't even want to look at it, because I'm like giggling in my head, like, oh my God, he is wearing a diaper. Like, geriatric man out there is out there in his diaper and his Depends. He's like, oh my God, I gotta wear my Depends out here. Okay, that's enough. I'm done. All right, Robbie's like, do you with the main rants, the rain rants? I'd love to see it. Yes, of course, everybody loves to see my legendary rants that I have about wrestling and weirdness. Okay, Joe, do you have any new people over there? Anybody else with some predictions real quick? If not, we'll let you get on with some of your day, night, eat some dinner, get some rest, do some fun things that, have fun. Have some fun tonight.
Yeah. Sam right there says they're getting back, of course, storylining again, and sometimes, of course, you need the best segment and promo stars. Sam also says that's what the young talents lack, Mike skills. Gregor right there, of course, enjoying himself, says he loves the show. Thank you so much. Francis right there, we got Francis in the building, says, why is Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Undertaker, and The Fiend have been added to the, of course, the current roster in WWE official website? Why? Does it mean they're coming back? Does it mean they're coming back soon?
Some
right
it's hard to say.
What do you think about that, Travis and Delilah?
I don't see the Undertaker coming back. They just did the big farewell thing for him.
I hope I didn't pronounce her name badly. I hope I didn't.
Well, it's not even close to my name, but it's okay. It's Dalitha, remember? It's really hard, and I know it's so different. I apologize profusely for my name, Joe. If you would like, you can do what other people do and just call me D, if that works for you.
Wow. Okay, that wouldn't be correct with me if I say that. So you'll give me an easy one. Give me another one, an easy one. Which will be better?
Old D.
Just D.
Oh my God! Come on, man.
But okay,
question. What do you think about?
What do you think about these guys being added?
That's what I was saying. So they said it in our chat too, and I kind of mentioned it, and that's what I was talking about. Was saying, well, they might have been added because they might be coming up to do stuff. I mean, they were never not. I mean, let's put it this way: they were never really taken away from WWE, right? I mean, they never really said, John Cena, you're completely fired, you're retired, you can't be on our roster anymore.
They said that about The Undertaker, yes.
Yes. And stuff like that. So, I mean, there's storylines that are coming up that they've hinted at it. It's not like they're like, we're just playing around that John Cena is going to be coming back at some point. They're planning on that stuff. And if they're planning on it, of course they're going to put him on their roster to show you that we mean business and we're being serious about this person coming at some point. You may see him this year on one of these pay-per-views or one night where he comes out and, he did it with The Fiend. He came out and they had came out and had
well, The Fiend's one of them on the list.
Right.
I could see The Fiend coming back and having a match at SummerSlam.
As he should. We haven't seen him because he's been given the spotlight to Bliss, right? I mean, that's what he did. He's like, oh, she has her own story thing. I'm going to let her run with it and see how things go and just make sure she gets a good footing. And then he's going to come back because you don't want him taking away from what she's doing. And maybe he's revamping a character. Maybe he'll be The Fiend, but he'll be different because we don't want him to be doing the same thing that Bliss is doing, right? She has a playground. He has a fun house. I mean, you're kind of like playing in the same park, but, having different picnics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's I don't know what Travis thinks, but. on that.
I feel like they're probably going to do something with some of these guys here in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Undertaker though, but
Yeah,
that's all I
that's
got.
a little weird, but um, oh my god, put the guy in his poor coffin and just leave him alone for God's sakes.
Wow.
As the Undertaker, not Mark. I don't want him dead.
I mean the character.
Right.
I mean, let sleeping dogs lie at this point. You know, I get it. Maybe they want, and maybe they're just doing it to give him a really good pop of retirement because they have fans. Maybe they're bringing him back for the Saudi Arabia show because the Saudi Arabians really want to see him.
Oh.
There's so many different
Okay.
things why they would have him be involved. And it doesn't mean that he's involved in a huge match. It could just be we just want him there. And if he's on the roster, that just means he's getting a paycheck, guys. Like, hey, we want you to come do a cameo. And there you go.
Nice.
But yeah. All right, so I think on our side we don't really have anybody talking. So how about you, Joe? You good?
Sam says Rey Mysterio is scared for his son, of course, so he has to stay a while. That's why he's, of course, on the WWE 2K22 cover.
Ah.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
I don't really follow a lot of the gaming stuff and everything like that, and I don't know. I've had thoughts. I've ranted to our people about my thoughts of Rey Mysterio and his son. So I will not rant again.
Nice. Okay, so going real quick now. Let me see. Christopher Hernandez says Money in the Bank is going to be great. Sam says no, don't let, of course, the couples go. Ooh. Okay. Gregor right there says Money in the Bank looks fun. Oh, Sam. First away, Sam. If you want to see them every single time, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel Wrestling Gap.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy more of
Wrestling
them.
Gap.
Yes. Yes, Wrestling
That's
Gap.
us.
You're going to enjoy lots of fun from them. Gregor right there says Money in the Bank, of course, looks fun. C Nation reply right there says great stream. Thank you so much, C Nation. Cody says I don't know why. Okay. Undertaker has at least 30 more years in the tank. Really?
30 more years.
Man, this Hill Cody, man. He's actually a Hill Cody. 30 more years, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Gregor John right there says lol. Kaden is like, what's up, Joe? What's up, Kaden? You came late. Francis says love from India. Hey, we got love from India. Welcome, Francis.
Awesome.
Kaden right there says, what match you on? We finished all the matches, Kaden. You came late.
Yes.
David is like, you can always hit the replay.
Yep.
Yeah, just start it all the way and you can watch. C Nation says, why is Money in the Bank prediction so early before the show? We always do it on Saturdays with Wrestling Gap, but because of due to issues here and there, so we did it today, so that we always have to do predictions.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Yeah,
It
because
is
they're awesome.
That's how we roll. Yeah. Who else we got? Kaden says, I think Bray Wyatt just had a baby with who? Jojo recently. Cody Dope says Hulk Hogan to win Money in the
There
Bank.
you go.
Really? Sounds like Randy Orton did set his ass on fire. Lol. Greg is like, C Nation gotta have it early show starts tonight. Kaden says, Cody, don't ever say that. Greg is laughing, of course, what Cody said. Who else we got? Kaden says Hulk Hogan doesn't like African American. Oh, we're not gonna talk about that. Oh, shoo. Why did I even say that? Sam says D and Travis. Okay, yes. D and Travis. But the channel is Wrestling Gap. Wrestling Gap. That's the channel.
That's just our name.
Yes. C Nation is like, will these two people, of course, be on more videos or just one time? C Nation, we're always doing prediction streams. JoeDaBest and Wrestling Gap, we've been doing streams for prediction streams for quite a while.
Yeah.
How many streams have we been
Since I think it was in November or December when we started.
Yeah, it was since last year. Yeah.
November, December.
Yeah.
Last year, right? So we've done a couple of predictions with them. So we're always doing this. We're not stopping. We're not stopping. So Wrestling Gap channel grows. JoeDaBest channel grows. We both grow. We just want to change the entire YouTube wrestling streams and
Landscape.
make it even better. Yes, everything. We want to change it to a better place for both of course, Wrestling Gap and JoeDaBest, because we are a family here, man. We are a
Yes.
family. So if you're in JoeDaBest, you're still in Wrestling Gap. We're both families right here. So yes. David says Money in the Bank going, of course, to be amazing. Absolutely. Cody says Rey Mysterio versus Dominic for custody.
For
Really?
custody.
Kenny's like, bruh, Cody is losing his brain today. He's Hill Cody. What do you expect from Hill Cody? Say Nature says, of course, sorry, didn't know. Still, of course, new to some things. It's all good. David says, yes, it was last year, Joe. Yes, David knows we started live streaming with Wrestling Gap since last year. Nice one. Big fan right here, David. Salute. And yes, I think I'm. Oh, wait, just one more. Francis says, as the WWE Universe has returned, the hype of AEW is gonna go down.
Nope.
Guys, I was only reading. I didn't say that. I was just reading a comment from Francis.
I understand.
I didn't say that. I don't want to get the heat.
No hate. No.
They-
All right. So we just have a latecomer. We have Picola in our chat. Hey, Picola. He's one of our regulars.
Hey,
Nice to see
Picola.
you in the chat. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. He's saying that WWE has a lot of pressure since his competitors have had great shows from AEW and Impact and ROH. But he's hoping for a great show tonight for the pay-per-view for Money in the Bank. And his picks for just the Money in the Bank ones are Big E and Zelina Vega. So he's picking
There
those
you go.
guys to win the Money in the Bank briefcases for tonight. On Francis's comment about that, it's funny that you say that because AEW had one of their biggest shows this last Wednesday
Yes.
of viewers. They had over 1 million viewers, which is huge for a new show. They're just a baby. Everybody has to remember that AEW is still a baby. They are still growing, and they're just a baby. Impact, ROH, they've been around for a while. People know about them. They've watched their shows. They watch out for their shows. I mean, they have their own cult following, and AEW is going to be the same way. You cannot take AEW and compare them to WWE. That's, it's wrestling, yes, but there's so much difference. You have, as I've mentioned before, I've said it multiple times. WWE is in the prime of, or hopefully still in the prime of being a wrestling show, right? They've had 40, 50, 60 years of growing what they have become, the wrestlers that they've gathered, lost, put in, new ones, old ones, whatever they're doing, they've had that foundation's already built, and they're building and building and building. Where AEW is still in their foundational stage. They are working, they are trying to find their niche, and they're finding that niche and finding those people that love what they do. And those people are going to be fans forever, as long as AEW continues down the roads that they are. And if they can stay afloat and stay building their empire, they will have that same good basis that WWE has worked very hard to get. That's what I have to say about that. When you have new stuff coming in, you can never compare them to the old, because you would have to go back to WWE's infancy. In their infancy, and I'm talking like before they became WWE, I'm talking about when they were WWF, when Vince's dad owned it. Back in those days, way a long time ago, how did they start? The exact same way. You have to build on that. If you don't build on that, you're not going to become great. And you're going to have your pitfalls, and you're going to have your, highs and your lows and stuff like that. But as I've watched AEW, if they keep their time slot, they keep their day, they will have that growth as they want, because that consistency is what people want. Consistency. And they're doing different things. They don't do as many storylines as WWE. They have some, but they don't do everything. They have more matches, just like NXT does, right? NXT throws in matches after match after match. They don't have a lot of storylines. They just do wrestling. It's about wrestling. You have WWE's Raw and WWE's SmackDown, and they're like watching soap operas. They have a story, and these people are playing their parts, and then they have some wrestling. And they have a storyline, and they play their parts, and then they have a wrestling. And that's how I look at SmackDown and Raw. They're a soap opera. They're like watching entertainment TV. because that's what they are. But NXT and even AEW, if you want to compare the brands, those are the ones you'd have to compare because they're a little bit closer to what they are, and what they do aren't. They're about the wrestling. They're about making the wrestlers who you want them to be. They're about, this is their entrance, this is their music, this is their style, this is who they are. And that's what you see with those guys. But that's just, as I said, I am new to this. But just from 2 years of watching it, that's my perception. So, I mean, for that's a long-winded answer for their question, but that's, that's just how I see it, and I've said it multiple times. So, anyways, I'll stop talking now.
It's all good. We were listening there. We were listening. It's all good.
All right, so we did have another late comer, Jacob. He's saying that
Hey, Jacob.
Big E is going to be the winner. So, hey, Jacob. And Walter is going with an Edge win. Oh, Walter. You and your bold predictions.
He could
my
win
man.
it, though. He could win it with the disqualification.
But
Totally.
is he winning the belt? That's the biggest question of the night. Anyways, so
Not gonna take.
on our side, as we know of, Money in the Bank for Eastern Standard Time for the Americas starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's just for the Americas, the people out there. If you can go off of that to check your time zones and stuff, you can.
It would be 7.
Or 7.
But the match wouldn't start till 7:30.
Oh, okay. So they're starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pre-show. That's the
Yes.
actual pre-show stuff.
8 p.m. for the main show.
If you want to just watch the main show and no kickoff stuff, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's some
On
times
Peacock.
for you, just in case.
Or pay-per-view.
Yes, and of course, for people like me who come from Kenya, the show starts at 2 a.m. That is the kickoff show. In the UK, that is almost 12 a.m. Around 12 a.m. or 11. I mean midnight, or around 11 p.m. If I'm not wrong, somewhere there. 11 p.m. 12 midnight. Yeah. That is when the kickoff show begins. In India, it begins at 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. in India. America, as usual, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., somewhere there.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right.
fantastic.
Well, we're good to go. How about you, Joe? You ready to go do something else?
Yeah, I think we're done on my side. I think I'm good on my side. So yeah, what about you guys? Anything you want to add up?
Absolutely.
No,
I want
we're
to
good.
tell you that I
additions.
appreciate you.
Yep.
I really do appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It's all good. So yeah, thank you so much. I also appreciate you guys, man. I always feel great talking to other wrestling fans and talking to other, people who do the same thing with me. It's incredible. It's amazing. I love the relationship that we have. And, we are aiming higher.
Yes.
We are aiming for higher. Yes, higher limits. Did I say it correct?
Yes.
Higher limits.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, guys, I want to say thank you on behalf of JoeDaBest Wrestling TV. We say thank you to Wrestling Gap. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Wrestling Gap, we're trying to make them reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, let's do so. Subscribe. It's only 30 more people remaining. Only 30 subscribers for them to hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's make them hit 1,000 subscribers. And also, guys, if you guys have noticed, yes, JoeDaBest is monetized. There is a membership you can join. Totally, when you join membership, you choose your category, whichever you want, and you get an incredible special badge besides your name when you, of course, live streaming with us, live chatting, and you get also to use some incredible emojis that I've actually put there for you. So it's incredible. It's amazing. You get to outstand and also have your name on the screen right here. In every stream that we do, you get your names, of course, up here. And thank you for the love to everybody, of course, who has enjoyed the stream, to Wrestling Gap, to the family of Wrestling Gap. Thank you so much for the love.
Absolutely. So much
Salute.
love.
Yes, right back at you. And for our fans out there, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully to see you tonight for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. If you are not a subscriber over to JoeDaBest Wrestling TV, please do, because he does shows that we do not do. He does NXT, he does Impact, he does so much more than we do. He's on all the time. He's a hard worker, and it's amazing. And I give him props for as much time as he does spend into this.
And it's not just time that he spends.
Oh, no.
It's inconvenient time. It's like 2 a.m., 3
Yeah,
a.m.,
like he just
4
said,
a.m., 5
when
a.m.
this Money in the Bank pay-per-view starts for him, it's when everybody else might be sleeping, unless you were on a swing shift.
He's
But-
waking up and working for free.
Yes.
So make sure you subscribe and give him
Become
some
a member.
money.
Help him with the monetization. That helps him so much to bring you guys better content and better stuff, and improves everything for him so he can improve stuff for you guys. And of course, if you are not a subscriber to us, please subscribe. We really would appreciate it. You know, you can always come over and watch AEW with us because we do AEW, and I think Joe does it now too, which is awesome. And he does a lot of pay-per-views, so we really appreciate you guys, and of course you, Joe. We appreciate you immensely. Thank you so much.
And everybody, thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.